Today we'll look at installing a start kit on a regular unit that has only a contactor and no circuit boards outside. Obviously the core sense doesn't count as a board, or if we had a defrost board, that would not count as a board. There's a different video about how to install a compressor saver on a board. So let's see what we've got today. We've already installed the start kit itself. So you have your capacitor here. You can notice there's electrical tape on the top so that nothing touches on the top, and your relay is right next to it. The relay, we made sure that the screw is on the top because that's where you want the relay to be positioned so that the relay itself does not get stuck and we don't have any problems. So going right into the wiring, we're gonna have 3 wires. You're gonna have the black wire, the zebra wire, and the red wire coming from the relay itself. The zebra wire, which is this one right here, will always go onto the capacitor on the herm side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fit this back there where you have the hermetic. All right, so we have our zebra wire on the hermetic terminal of the capacitor. Next one will be the common one, which is gonna be your red wire. So the red wire is where you have a couple of options. You can go to the common side of the capacitor, which in this case we do have 2 more empty terminals, one right here and one here, and the red one could go right there. So this is option number 1. Option number 2 is if the capacitor common side does not have enough spades, you can use one of these as piggybacks. There's 2 designs. There's this one and there's this one. What these do basically is as follows. I have put both piggyback connectors up there just so you can see how they look like. So this one would be the one version, while this one would be the other. And in this case, I've already hooked up my red wire. So piggybacks are great to have in your arsenal for when you're working with start kits or other connections. Now there's still another version in case you don't have enough space up here for your common and you don't have any piggybacks. We can still put it down here. So now the red wire will always go on the top, left or right, but the direction does matter. So what we're gonna do is the following. If you look at the common side of the capacitor, you'll see this red wire that's already there. If you follow it from the capacitor, the common side, all the way down to the contactor, you will see that the red wire is hooked up on the top right side of the contactor. This is where we're gonna put the red wire from the start kit, since this side is, this point is considered the common side. Again, it is a common side because if we follow that red wire all the way up to the capacitor, it's on the common side. Said in a different way, whether you hook it up right here, whether you hook it up down here, it's the exact same terminal, since this red wire that's already there is connecting those 2 points. So if you hook it up to the bottom, it would look something like this. Now, there's still one more option, which would be as follows. If you see the screw right here, you can unscrew this back, cut this red wire, strip it back, and then tie it onto the screw. That would be the exact same way. Last but not least, we still have our black wire, which there's a reason why I always do this last, because let's review. We put the zebra one on top on the capacitor on the herm side. The red one came either on the common of the capacitor, on a piggyback on the common of the capacitor, or on the common side of the contactor. It's very important to establish what the common side is, because the black one, you guessed it, is gonna go to the exact opposite side. So your black one's gonna go right here. Now again, if you don't have enough space here, you can use a piggyback and put one here, or you can strip back the wire and put it on the screw right there. All these wires will always go to the top. Never put anything on the bottom. I know you might be tempted, if there's space here, you want to put something here, do not put it there. It will always go on the top. Black is going to go on one leg, The red's gonna go on the common leg, and your zebra one always on the top.